Unit 1, lesson 9. Lesson 9 is about dividing by a decimal. So in this session, we will divide decimal numbers. Okay.
Okay,
So
mister.
simply, guys. Okay. So simply, if we want to divide a number like 3.2 by another decimal number, which is 0.4. In this case, guys, okay, there are two methods to divide the decimal number. Simply, here we can move the decimal point here one place and here one place. Okay, so this means the numbers becomes a 32 divided by 4, which means it will equal 8. Okay,
Okay.
or otherwise we can solve it this way: 3.2 divided by 0.4. Then check the number of decimal places, okay, on the divisor, not on the dividend. Here on the divisor. So only one decimal place. So multiply the two numbers by 10. So in this case, also it will equal 32 over 4, which means 8. Correct?
Yes.
So we
Yes.
have two methods. The first method is to move the decimal point to the right, okay? And the two numbers by the same number of times. I mean that if we will move it to the right one time, okay, one place, so on the other number also one place. So this means if there's a numbers like that, just 1 second, I will write down one more example. If it's 29.76 and it's divided by 6. So according to the first method, we will just move the decimal point to the right. Here, we will move it one place. So here also one place. So now the numbers become like that: 297.6 divided by 64. Correct? Or otherwise, we can write it like this: 29.76 divided by 6.4. Now check the divisor. Where is the divisor? It's 6.4. How many decimal places are there? Only one. So 1 means multiply the two numbers by 10. So this means it will equal 297.6 divided by 64. Okay, then what will be the next step? We want to get the quotient, of course, right? So in this case, guys, we will use the long division. Write down the two numbers: 297.6. Switch off your microphones, guys, please. Divided by 64. Then the first step, as usual, we have to write down the draft like this: 64 times 1 equals 64. 64 times 2, it will equal 2 times 4 means 8. 2 times 6 means 12. 64 times 3, it will equal 3 times 4, 12, 2 and carry over 1. So 3 times 6, 18 plus 1, 19. Then 64 times 4, it will equal 4 times 4, 16. 6 and carry over 1. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 1, 25. Then 64 times 5, it will equal 5 times 4 is 20, 0 and the carry over 2. 5 times 6 equal 30 plus 2, so 32. We will stop till this one and then get back to the question. Now, guys, I'm going to divide this number by 64. So here, two numbers. 29 divided by two numbers, 64. It's not possible to divide this one, of course. So in this case, I have to use one more number. So I will divide the first three numbers by this 64. Now, my number is 297. Check it on the draft. Where is that one? Like long division.
Zero in the up.
Okay, but this one has no meaning, because it's a zero on the left, so there is no meaning for that one. But anyway, okay, that's correct. So here, look for this number 297 on the draft. Where is that one? Actually, it's here between 4 and 5. So as we said before, we have to use the smaller one, so 4. So to equal 4, then multiply 4 by the divisor. From the draft, it will equal 256. 2, 5, 6. Then subtract. 7 minus 6, actually, it will equal 1. 9 minus 5, it will equal 4. 2 minus 2, it will equal 0. Then can we divide 41 by 64? Of course, no. Then drop down the decimal point down here and up there. Okay, guys, are we clear?
Sir, say another example after this.
We didn't finish yet. We're still solving the first question. Then drop down 6. Ignore the decimal point totally and then divide 416 by 64. So we have to check on the draft, where is that 416? Actually, we don't have, so we have to continue on the draft. So I will add one more point in the draft, which is 64. We stopped at 64 times 5, so 64 times 6. 6 times 4, actually, it will equal 24, so 4 and carry over 2. 6 times 6 equal 36, so 38. Okay. One more.
Okay.
64 times 7, it will equal 7 times 4, it will equal 28. 8 and carry over 2. 7 times 6, it's 42 plus 2, so 44. So now, let's check for our number, 416. Actually, it's between these two numbers, so I have to use the smaller 6. Then get the result of the multiplication of 6 and the divisor. From the draft, it will equal 384. Don't forget to write down the decimal point on the same place. Like this one, I mean. Then subtract. 6 minus 4, it's 2. 1 minus, then the decimal point, 1 minus 8, it's not possible, of course. Okay, so in this case, get 1 from the next number, so this number will become 11. 11 minus 8 equal 3. Then this number becomes a 3. 3 minus 3, it's a 0, actually. So now it's a 3.2. Okay, means 32. I will clear this one, guys, so that we can continue. Okay, so 32. How to divide 32 by 64? It's not possible, of course. So now, what will be the next step? Actually, guys, 3.2 means we can add 0 here, okay? Because it's a 3.2 is the same like 3.20, the same value exactly. I mean 3.2, it's the same like 3.20. It's the same like 3.200. Or all are the same, because on the decimal numbers, zeros on the right of the number has no meaning, of course. Okay? It will never change the value. So first, I will add 0, so the number becomes a 320. So now 320 divided by 64 from the draft, we will find that it will equal directly 5. Then 320 and place the decimal point on the same place. Then 0, 0, 0. So the quotient of this division will equal 4.65. Okay, let's solve one more example. If we want to divide 0.1134 by 0.18. So as we said before, guys, two methods. We can just move the decimal point to the right like that, 1, 2, and then, okay, 2 places only. So here also 2 places only, 1, 2. So the two numbers becomes 11.34 divided by 18. Or otherwise, we can solve it this way, 0.1134 over 0.18. So now check the number of decimal places of the divisor. We found that it's 2. So times 100. So on the last question, it was only one decimal place in the divisor, so we multiplied the two numbers by 10. So now two decimal places, so we will multiply the two numbers by 100. If there are 3 decimal places, so we will multiply the two numbers by 1,000. So in this case, 2 decimal places, multiply them by 100. So simply multiplying the decimal number by 100 means that the decimal point will move to the right 2 places. So 11.34 over 1, 2, so means 18. It's the same exactly here, right? So now I'm going to clear this part so that we have enough space to solve the question. Long division. 1.34 divided by 18. The draft, of course. 18 times 1 equals 18 times 2 equals 36 times 3 equal 3 times 8, 24, 4 and carry over 2. So 3 times 1 equal 3 plus 2 equal 5. 18 times 4, it will equal 4 times 8, 32. And then write down 2 and carry over 3. 4 times 1 equal 4 plus 3, it's a 7. Then the next one, 18 times 5. 5 times 8 equal 40. 0 and carry over 4. 5 times 1 equal 5 plus 4, 9. Then 18 times 6, it will equal 6 times 8, 48. So write down 8 and carry over 4. 6 times 1 equals 6 plus 4 equal 10. Now get back to the question so that we can continue. Okay, now I will divide 11 divided by 18. It's not possible, so no problem. Add 0. Then go to the next number. You will face, okay, here the decimal point. So place it up here. Okay. Then go to the next number, 3. Now the number becomes 113. So check for 113 in that draft. Actually, there is no 113, so we have to continue. So now 18 times 7. 7 times 8, actually it's 56. So write down 6 and carry over 5. 7 times 1 equal 1 plus 5, it will equal 12. Okay, I will stop here because actually I'm looking for 113. So 113 is before this one directly. So we will use the smaller 6. Then get it from the draft, the multiplication of the quotient and the divisor. It's equal 108. So 108. Now the next point. Don't forget to place the decimal point on the same decimal place here. Then subtract. 3 minus 8, actually, it's not possible. So we have to get 1 from the next number. So the 3 will become the 13, and this one will become 0. 13 minus 8 actually equal 5. And then the decimal point, it's here. 1 here, it was become 0. So 0 minus 0 means 0. And 1 minus 1 also equal 0. Okay. So now it's 5 divided by 18. It's not possible, of course. Then what do I suppose to do right now? I will drop down this number. Now it becomes 54 divided by 18. Check in the draft. This one, so directly equal 3. 3 times 18, 54. Don't forget to place the decimal point and subtract. 0, 0, 0, and the decimal point like that. So the quotient from this division will equal 0.63. That's it. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, let's go for the next one. If I want to divide 34.4 by 0.4. So, as usual, we said that we can move the decimal point to the right here one place and here one place. So the two numbers becomes a 344 divided by 4. It's a very easy one. No decimal point at all. Okay, or otherwise, we can say that it's a 34.4 over 0.4. Now, how many decimal places here in the divisor? Only one. So multiply the two numbers by 10. So it will equal 344 over
344 over 4.
exactly. Now it's time for the draft and the long division. 344 divided by 4. Now the draft. 4 times 1 equal 4 times 2 equal 8 times 3 equal 12 times 4 16 times 5 20 times 6
24.
24
24. 20.
yes and so on 7 8 8
28. 32.
32
32.
9 36
13.
enough
36.
yes so if we will continue like that times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 and this one also times 4 times 4 times 4 then get back to the question. Now 3 is divisible by 4 no 0 then use the next number 34 get it from the draft it's between 32 and 36 here use the smaller quotient so 8
8.
8 times 4 it's 32 now
32.
subtract 4
Yes.
minus 2 equal 2
2
okay and
and
3
3
minus 3
minus 3 equals 0.
guys listen carefully so that all of you can understand the points. So 4 minus 2 equal 2, 3 minus 3 equals 0. Now, can we divide 2 by 4? It's not possible. So we are going to drop down the next number. It becomes a 24. Now from the draft, yes, equals 6. So 6 times 4, 24, subtract 0, 0, 0. So now the answer or the quotient from this division will equal 86. That's it. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to solve one more question. So concentrate well with me. The next question, if we want to divide 3.175 by 2.5. So now guys, as we said before, just we can multiply the two numbers by 10 or otherwise shift the decimal point to the right. Why multiply the two numbers by 10? Because here the divisor has only one decimal place. So instead of solving by the two methods, it will be directly like that. So 31.75 divided by 25. That's it. Long division, 31.75 divided by 25. Now it's time to the draft, correct? So 25 times 1 equal 25 times 2 equal 50 times 3 equal 75 times 4 equal 100 times 5 125 times 6, 150. Enough. Get back to the question. Divide two numbers by two numbers. So 31 divided by 25, actually, from the draft, it will be here 1, then 25. Subtract it. 1 minus 5, it's not possible. So get 1 from the next number. Now this one becomes 11, and this one becomes 2. 11 minus 5, actually, it's a 6, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Then now, can we divide 6 by 25? Of course, not possible. Then go to the next numbers. Here, there is a decimal point. Write it down here. And then write it up there. Then drop down the next number. So now the number becomes 67. What is 67, guys? Actually, it's here, between 50 and 75. So use 2. 2 times 25, it's 55 and 0. Now, don't forget the decimal point. Place it on the same place, or write it on the same place. Here. Subtract. 7 minus 0, it's 7. Decimal point, 6 minus 5, it's 1. Okay. Can we divide 17 by 25? Not possible, of course. So drop down the next number. It's 5. Now the number is 175. Check it on the draft. It's not here, so we have to continue. 25 times 7. Actually, 7 times 5 equal 35, and carry over 3. 7 times 2 equal 14, plus 3, 17. Yes, we found 175, so it will equal directly 7. So 7, then 175, and the decimal on the same location. 5 minus 5, 0. 7 minus 7, 0. Decimal point, 1 minus 1, 0. So the quotient from division here, 1.27. That's it. Okay, guys, are we clear till this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So,
في حاجة عايزة أسألها.
okay, yes.
هو حضرتك فوق هنا كان مكتوب 3.175 و 2.5. هل مثلا حركت البوينت مرة على ايه مثلا؟ هنا حركناها مرة مثلا على ايه؟
Here, okay, we will move the decimal point 1 time to the right, and there is no numbers, right? After 5, there is no numbers, so only we can move it to the right 1 place, correct?
Correct.
So we moved the decimal point to the right in this number 1 place, so we have to do the same on the other number. Okay? So if we moved it 1 place, so on the first number, or the dividend, also 1 place. If 2 places, so also the dividend 2 places. Okay? But we move the decimal point according to the number of decimal places on the divisor. This one.
عشان الرقم هنا موجود الفايف فين، عشان كده حطينا مشيناها مرة.
Yes, simply here we want to terminate or to cancel the decimal point from the divisor. This is the main point. Okay? Okay. One more question, guys. If we want to divide 3 and 1 over 8 by 0.125, so simply in this case, we have to convert this mixed number into decimal number. So 3 and 1 over 8 means it's a 3.1 over 8. Okay, 1 over 8 means whenever you see 8 in the denominator, just multiply it by 125 over 125. So it will equal 125 over 1,000. So now dividing a number by 1,000, so the decimal point will be after 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. So this means a 3.125. Okay? So this one is 0.125. So 3 and 100.125 divided by 0.125. Now, guys, the next step, move the decimal points. The divisor here has 3 places. So 1, 2, 3. Also here, 1, 2, 3. So it becomes a 3,125 divided by 125. Now, it's the time for the long division. I'm going to clear this one so that we can continue. So 3,125 divided by 125, draft 125 times 1, 125 times 2, 250 times 3, 375 times 4, 500. Enough for now. And then get back to the question. Now divide the first 3 numbers by these 3 numbers. 312. Look for this number in the draft. Okay, we found it here. Between 250 and the 375. Okay, so we are going to use the smaller one, 2 or 3, then use 2. 2. Then the result of multiplying 2 times the divisor will equal 250. So 250. Now subtract. 2 minus 0, it's 2. 1 minus 5, not possible. Get 1, 11. 2. 11 minus 5, 6. 2 minus 2, 0. Then, can we divide 62 by 125? No. Drop down the next number. 625. Get it from the draft. It's not here. Then continue. 125 times 5. Actually, it will equal 625. So this is my number. We are going to use 5. 5 times 125 to equal 625. Now subtract. The remainder will be 0, 0, 0. So the quotient out of this division will equal 25. That's it. Do we have any questions, guys? Any questions?
No.
Okay. Actually, that was the lesson of today. Okay. Hopefully, all of you understand this one. Okay. And see you on the next session, guys.